All right, well, first off, I'm excited to get this video going for you guys. So this is going to be part one of how to prepare. And this video is really targeted towards first-time home buyers. So how to prepare if you're a first-time home buyer. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Ashley, Keller Williams Real Estate in Everett. So this video is for the first-time home buyer. This is gonna be part one of a two-part series. So this is for the folks who've never bought a home, they don't currently own a home, and they wanna get into home ownership. So step one, important thing to do. You need to decide if it makes sense for you to buy in your stage of life, wherever you are, because here's the deal. Buying a home or having to sell a home is expensive. It's not cheap, okay? So on the buy side, people don't really talk about this, but you do have, just the cost to buy, your closing costs, all of your inspections that you do and all of those things. And those things cost thousands of dollars, okay? Just moving into a place. I mean, let's say you can get all of your closing costs covered. I mean, you're still in thousands of dollars because, you have the appraisal fee and all these other things. Similarly, if you buy something and then it turns out, oh, okay, well, we have to sell it now, then you're kind of in that same boat because the cost to sell is not cheap either, all right? So really what you wanna be thinking about is how long am I gonna be in this new home? For most people, it makes sense to be in your home for something like 5 to 7 years. If you can be in your home for 5 to 7 years, then it makes sense. If you're going to, maybe you're gonna be there for 3 years and then you're gonna rent it out, great. You just wanna make sure that you're keeping it for about 5 to 7 years. Okay. All right, so the second thing you're gonna do, and this could be number one, is you're going to start a savings plan. And, I put together a really basic savings plan. I think you're gonna need 3 different accounts, okay? So you're gonna open up 3 accounts. One of the accounts is going to be your emergency fund. And in that account, you wanna put aside something like 3 to 6 months of expenses, all right? So you wanna just have that in reserve. All right. Your second account is going to be for your down payment. Now, down payments nowadays, they can range from, you can do 0 to 20%. If you're curious about how to buy with 0 down, check out some of my previous videos. I've talked about that. But I would say that's kind of the exception. More commonly, if you've got great credit, you're going to probably be around 3% as a minimum. And, ideally for like best rates, lowest monthly payment and stuff like that, you really want to be probably closer to 20% if you can do it. All right. The last account you're going to open is going to be your account for other moving expenses. And so, these things could include like furniture, painting, you get to a house that needs new carpet. So you'd want to have a little bit of money set aside so you can do some of those things that you're just going to have to take care of right when you move in, right? And that number can definitely range. So, it really just depends on the condition of the home, okay? So you've got your 3 accounts, all right? You got your emergency fund, you've got your down payment account, and you've got your other moving expenses account. Now, the way that I would set these up is I would make sure that these monies just automatically come out of your account, okay? So when your paycheck hits, it's like a bill. It's it just goes in, and it goes right to your savings account. And so you would have a deposit for each one each month, and it's just like normal expenses, all right? And set it aside. I mean, you probably want this number to be, at minimum, this is like bare bones minimum, if you're doing the preparation phase, is probably like 40 grand. I mean, I think in this market, I think you could really make something happen with $40,000 savings. Of course, I've helped clients do it with less. Okay, much less. But I'm talking about ideals here. Like ideally, if you want to be in like the best financial position, I mean, I think 40,000 is, it's kind of cutting it right off. All right. Okay. The other thing I will say about these accounts is you definitely want to consider setting up a high yield savings account for each of those, because the amount of interest you gain on just a regular savings account is laughable. It's fractions of a percent. At least with a high yield account, you might be able to get like 1.5% or 2% on your money, which is, it's not bad. You could do something with that. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is you want to pay down your debt and you want to increase that credit score. Okay, so here's the deal with most, I mean, pretty much every single mortgage, there are restrictions on what your debt to income ratio can be. And you do have to meet a minimum credit score in many cases. So the ideal situation, I mean, you can go pretty low. You can go below 600 on your credit score, and you can go as high as 50% on your DTI. But really the ideal scenario would be to have a 700 plus credit score and to have about a 43 or lower on your DTI. This, I'm going to do a special video on with someone who does credit repair here in the series. And so stay tuned if you want like the special tips. So boom, how exactly do I raise my credit score? How do I go from, oh, maybe my credit score is just okay. Maybe it's like a 650 now. How do I go to 700? How do I go to 800? Okay, so we're going to touch on that specific topic because I think it's something that everybody wants to know. How do I get my credit score in the best place for me to buy a home and get the best rates? Boom, important, okay? Number 4, you want to begin researching 3 different things. 1, you want to be looking at the location. Okay, so where do you want to live? Like, you know, get an idea. Like, what's the, what's the house cost out there? You know, am I going to get a house? Am I more kind of in the condo price point? You know, you want to know like what areas you're considering. The other thing you want to start looking at is you want to start looking at real estate professionals. So who are you going to work with? Who is going to be able to help you out? Because it might be worth just a quick meeting with them so you can just kind of see where you are. I mean, you know, sometimes you accidentally are ready, or maybe, you know, while it's great, like this is an ideal thing, you know, it's ideal to prepare. Maybe you're just not in the position to do all this preparation and you just need to get started. All right. So get with a real estate professional. And the last thing is start looking into lenders. Okay. But I would only begin researching. So researching, you know, is, researching is researching. It's not actually going out and buying. So, you know, this might involve like I said, going to open houses, and just talking to other agents and seeing kind of, you know, who fits with you. Who do you fit with the best? Okay. So that is my video. This is how to prepare if you are a first-time home buyer. Oh, here, a second part to this one for people that currently own a home. Okay, what do you need to do to prepare if you currently own a home and you're looking to buy? Okay, so that wraps up my video. I think as you guys all know, I have an awesome promo going right now. So it's a winter 2020 promotion, great for buyers, great for people that are buying and selling. Please contact me if you want to take advantage of that. Please like the video, thumbs up on the video, and subscribe. And that's all I have for you today, YouTube. Talking again soon.